We'll start in the web-based interface of Copilot 365. You'll find that by navigating to copilot.microsoft.com. Up in the right corner, you find the Sign In, and here you will choose Work or School account. Click that. Then you sign in with your Microsoft 365 account, and we're signed in. Up in the left corner, you will see Work and Web. We're currently in Web. If you don't see Work, then you don't have a Copilot 365 license. That is an add-on to your regular Microsoft Business or Enterprise license. You'll go need to buy that before you can follow this guide. Once logged in, we will start in the web and then we will move to Copilot 365. Because the web, that is a fully compatible ChatGPT clone, we can do all the same things, but we have the Microsoft Security and Compliance Standard. If you go up in the right corner, you can see this green shield that is Commercial Data Protection. Here we get a lot of nice Microsoft Security and Compliance standards. If I go down here you can see some conversation starters, that is these images. In the choose a conversation style, we can choose creative, balanced, and precise. That is how we want Copilot to answer. I always recommend to go with creative because here we get the newest GPT model. That is GPT for Omni. If I go with balance, we get faster replies, but it's only based on the GPT-4 regular model. Precise is also with the newest GPT model. Here we get less creative answers, so that is great for research. But my go-to is always to be in the creative. Down here in Ask Me Everything, here I can prompt the model just as I prompt ChatGPT if I moved from there. I can choose to talk to it to my microphone, which is nice because then I don't need to write. I can attach a file and I can add an image. Let's start simple. Here I will say, who is Anders Jensen in the context of Microsoft? I really hope you want to prompt with me today because you will learn so much faster. Here we will see that Anders Jensen is a well-known figure in the field of RPA and AI. I'm also a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional. That's an award from Microsoft. And I can see sources to all this. For example, I can go to the MVP page. That will be my MVP page from Microsoft. You can also see here something Anders Jensen org. If I click that, that will go to my web page, for example. So this is what it's based its answers on. Let me close that again. Now I want to ask about a different question, so I'll clean the context. That is, I can easily just continue the conversation down here like I would talk to a human. But then Copilot will remember a little bit about what I asked about previously and what it answered, and it might affect that answer. So to be completely sure to clean everything, I'll go to new topic. Let's do something else. Now I want to upload an image. And to do that, I will click Add an image. Here I can take a photo or I can upload from this device. I'll choose to upload from this device. If you download the lesson files, there's a link in the description below, then you will find an image in there. Try to upload that. This is me teaching Copilot live to companies, by the way. And here I want to create an alt text for the image. Here you can see me teaching Copilot and some participants from that company sitting here. Then we will get an alt text. If you don't know what an alt text is, don't worry. We can just ask Copilot. Here you can see the image shows a presentation in progress with a well-lit conference room. And a person is standing in front of a large screen, blah, blah, blah. All good. Let's say I don't know what an alt text is. Then I just write, what is an alt text? Hit enter. And then we will get an explanation of an alt text or alternative text. It improves accessibilities, that is, if a person uses a screen reader and can't see. It also improves SEO and image loading issues. I can choose to make this description longer or in another tone if I wanted that, but that's it for now. We will move over to the Work tab up here in the left corner. Click that. And here we have Copilot for Microsoft 365. This is the license that you bought. This is an add-on. What we can do here is that we can prompt our files, we can prompt our meetings, everything. In fact, we can prompt everything that is in Microsoft Graph. Microsoft Graph is everything that's in your OneDrive, SharePoint, all your meetings, contact persons, and a lot more. We will also see in the upper right corner that we now have Microsoft Enterprise Compliance Standards. That is, we apply all the standards that we have in our company, that I have in my company, or if you have other standards in your company, those ones apply, and therefore we can now prompt documents and everything without violating any organizational policy. Let's go try that. We will use it broadly first. So here I'll say find all information about Project Eagle, and then I hit enter. Then it will go look for Project Eagle. It will combine to the documents it finds. For example, we can see here the first one is a timeline. It gives a little bit of description, and then we also have this one. So this is a PowerPoint. Let me go down here and click, and then I can open that PowerPoint and see what's in it. This was a timeline and in a PowerPoint presentation. I can close it again. And furthermore, I can see I have some brainstorming notes. I also have a budget here. That will be in Excel. I can also, and here it will open up the current budget. Let me close that again. So really nice that I can search just as I do with a Google search, but on my Microsoft documents. Here I want to make a new topic like we did before. In Copilot 365, it's called New Chat. We'll find that up in the right corner. I click New Chat. I can also prompt specific documents. That will be, I could say, I will present Copilot 365 to this audience. Please do this exercise with me. You will learn so much faster. And then I need to reference a file. I can do that in two ways. The easiest way might be just to go down here to this paperclip. And what we can see in the prompt that we now have a forward slash. We could also have typed that. Then I need to search for the document that I want to use in my prompt. And here I will say Computer World Participant List or the Computer World Conference, depending on which one I want to use. We're going with the conference today, so I'll pick that. And we can see it down here. If I forgot what it is, I can also click on it and it will open. So this is an audience that I need to present Copilot 365 to. We can see company, position, and industry. We have a lot of large companies. In fact, we have 92 participants. I don't have their names. So I want to prepare my presentation to this audience. Let me close this again. And then I want to add to the prompt. What should I be aware of? Include the background of a few participants for live prompt examples. I like to do live prompts in my presentations. Here I click enter. Now it will include this Excel in the prompt. This is so nice. So now it works. It will think a little bit. And here we have it to the audience listed. The participants comes from various sectors such as tech, automotive, telecommunications, etc. Here are a few backgrounds. And here we can see a software engineer from Apple. They might be interested in how Copilot can streamline their development workflow. We also have a product manager from Google who may want to know how Copilot can assist in product planning and management. Really nice. I can continue this conversation. Let's say I want to work with this last one here, product manager from Google. I could brainstorm with Copilot to give me more examples. Now we will move away from the chat and over in the Microsoft 365 apps. So here I open the demo dataset again from the course lesson files, you can find the link in the description below to those files. Here we have an Excel dataset. We have some columns: ID, date, destination, vacation sold, sales revenue, and total cost. To use Copilot, this needs to be AutoSave enabled. That will be this little one tick here. It's on. We also need to have it in either OneDrive, SharePoint, or in the Microsoft Cloud. Once we do that, we can see this green icon up here. I can click that, and that will open up Copilot. The first thing it says that select data in an Excel table. Copilot 365 only work in tables, so I need to convert my dataset, that will just be a range currently, to a table. What we will do is just to say select insert table. So I go up here, I need to click somewhere in my data range. Then I go to insert, I click table. It asks me, is this the data in your table? And my table has headers. It does, because we have ID, date, destination, vacation sold. I just click OK, and then we convert it to a table. And if I go over to the right here, now I can prompt my dataset. Let's start one by one, and then we will do some really cool things, so stay tuned. In the prompt down here, let's say I want to get some data inside. I want to say how many unique values are in the destination column. And this is also a fantastic tool if I don't spell 100% correct, because Copilot often will understand what I mean. So often when I did a little misspell, I will not correct it, because I'm used to Copilot easily understands what I mean. Here we will see that we get an answer. It says destination. It says that the distinct count of destination, I can add this to a new sheet. I can also see down here there are 5 unique destinations in the data. If I want to add it to a new sheet, I just click here, then we will get added to a new sheet. And before you say, oh, Anders, I could have counted this myself, look what it's actually have done. If I click this 5, look at this Excel formula that it created. It, in fact, created error handling. It checks for errors in my data set. And if it finds an error, then it will just return an NA, no away value, or it will do the count here in the last part if we have no errors. So this is really, really advanced. We go back to the first data set again. Here, we can also do some follow-up prompts, which is the most common destination, average vacation sold, and total sales revenue. I rarely use these, but it's good. It's a good way to get ideas what you might want to do. So try to click them if you need to get inspired. Then we will do a simple prompt. I will say add a total profit column. And here I just count on that I have named my columns well, and Copilot will understand what is needed to calculate a total profit. It does something with, I can tell you it's revenue minus total cost, but imagine how powerful this is. Just name your columns well and Copilot will understand it. If I go back to the Copilot sidebar, here it says the total profit calculates the total profit for each vacation package by subtracting the total cost from the sales revenue. We can also see the formula here. I can copy that. I can also get an explanation to the Excel formula. Granted, this is not the most advanced Excel formula, but still you can get these explanations. If I scroll further down, I can see a little preview. And if I just hover my mouse over, I haven't clicked yet, then we can see a preview in the dataset where it says total profit. And that will be the sales revenue minus total cost. If I click that, then I will have this inserted. I can click on the first one, and here I can see that's indeed sales revenue minus total cost. That's how easy it is to add columns, to add formulas. Yes, the first formula was a bit more advanced. When I teach Excel, people often have problem with conditional formatting. Not anymore. So if I go down here, and then I say color the cells, let me move the mouse a bit. In the total profit column, green for values over, let's say, 400,000, yellow for values between 150,000 and 400,000, and red for values under 150,000. Let's hit enter, and now we will get a suggestion for conditional formatting. So we color these Excel cells in the total profit column. Not only do we do that, but we color them dynamic. That means that if values change, then the colors will also change. Here it is. It's that easy to do conditional formatting. We also have this explanation here. And if I want to find where it is, I can go up, if I'm in the Home tab, to Conditional Formatting, Manage Rules, and here it is. These are the rules applied. Try to do more advanced rules. It will easily cope with that, the Copilot 365 for Excel. Let us click Close here. Now we want to draw graph. So here I will say, create a line chart showing, let's say I want to have total profit per date, for example. Order, let us just order the data in the chart by date. So I give it instructions like I will give instructions to a colleague if he or she would prepare a line chart for me. You will get really good at that, being precise and very concise, so Copilot easily understands it. In the start, you might have a little bit trouble describing this, but this will come to you very easy. Just follow this guide again. If you want more Copilot 365, I created a complete course with 80 lessons taking you through each one of these, also making the perfect prompt, how we use it in PowerPoint, Excel more extensively than in this. The price is only $30, and you can find that in the description below. There's a link to that. Back to our lesson here. Up here in the total profit by date, I can see I get a little preview. I can choose to add to a new sheet again. And not only do we draw the graph, but we also get a nice pivot table. We can get more advanced with that. Currently, Copilot 365 only works in one table. So I'll go back here and prompt that table. Let's also create a donut chart of each destination's total profit. Hit enter. Now we will have a donut chart. Very easy to make visualizations, that is charts, graphs, everything. Something that many people struggle with. And now we can just use our everyday words to prompt that. Here we have a total profit by destination. And yes, we add them to new sheets, but we can easily just copy them back to the original sheet. Here we have it. Let's say I want to copy this. I can simply just say Control C for copy. Go here and say Control V. Now we have copied it over here. Here we can see our destinations, but not only that, they will be summarized, and then we can see the total profit, for example, for Prague. We can also see Greenland. That is in a window of opportunity. Let's say that we want to work further with the Greenland. Now I want to create a travel description for Greenland to maximize the profit here, to have more orders in. Let's jump to Word. Now I've opened up Word here in Windows. That is, I found it in my Start menu and open it. But there's actually a better place to use Copilot 365 in Word, and I will tell you why is that. First, we'll just find that place. Let me close it. You open up a browser and then you navigate to Microsoft 365.com and log in if needed. Down here you find Word. If you can't see Word here, then you click these 9 dots and find Word here and click it. Then we will open up a blank document. So click here, that will open up Word in the cloud. And yes, I will get back to why we do that here and not in the Windows legacy application. Here we also have Copilot. You can see this little Copilot icon here and up here. First of all, we will open up a document. And what we will do here is to, again, go to File, click Open, and then we will browse where our document is. So here I will say View More Files. And then I will find it. Ours was in the Copilot 365 lesson files. Open up the Eurocrest tone of voice. Here we have it. We open up the Copilot sidebar first. So we click up here, that will open up a sidebar like we know. You can see here, I can prompt it again. Let's say I want to summarize this doc in 3 bullets. Hit enter, then I will get a summarization of this document. And I can also choose to say I want only 1 sentence each. That is just my creativity and my demands that sets the limit. Here you can see that the main ideas of this document is a tone of voice principles. That is how we talk in Eurocrest. That is our demo company today. And we can see example of tone of voice and purpose of tone of voice. Again, we have sources. For example, I can see here the 4. If I click that, I jump to that in the document. That will be this, our tone of voice. Or if I click number 3, then I'll jump to this place down here. So easy. I can also do a follow-up prompt. I can ask specific questions. Here I can say, what does it say about being respectful? I hit enter, and then Copilot 365 works. I can also see these references up here. Just let me go back here and see those one in this arrow. Now we have the document emphasizes the importance of being respectful, blah, blah, blah. So we can easily summarize documents with the Copilot sidebar. We can chat with the document. Let's again close this one down here. We are back to this empty document. Now I want to draft a document, and I'll do that by hitting this draft with Copilot. Here I can give it a prompt. And now I want to say, act as a travel guide speaking to tourists. So we give Copilot a role that is a powerful tool. It's also described in the extensive course, which you can find by the link in the description. And here I will say, create a document on visiting Greenland. Include sections on must visit destinations, local cuisine, cultural traditions, outdoor activities, and travel tips. And here I want to attach my tone of voice because that is the Eurocrest way of communicating. We want to include that in this draft. So what I do here is say, write in the style of, and then I want the document to be attached. If I click this reference your content, then a pop-up opens. And why we did this in the cloud, that is to have this browse files from cloud is currently not available in the Windows legacy application. And I'm not sure if it's going to be in the future. So open up Word in the cloud when you want to use Copilot. Here I can click the browse file from cloud. And here you can see I can jump in my files. So if I just click this here, I can again find the Copilot 365 lesson files. Let's go in here. Let's pick the Eurocrest tone of voice and attach that to our prompt. It's that easy. Once I click generate here, we are going to get a nice draft of Greenland travel descriptions, including our tone of voice in this document. This is so cool. Probably one of my favorite Copilot 365 features. Here we have it. You can see it's writing just like a human would do, maybe a little bit faster, but it writing in sequences, puts the words like a train rolling. So we will just have to wait. Imagine if you have to write this yourself. This is so much faster. Please, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That will really help me and my channel a lot. Thank you. We're still working on it. If I say I don't want that anymore, I could press escape and stop it here, but we want this nice description. What we will do with this description is to prompt it in PowerPoint in a few minutes. Down here, we can see I can choose to keep it. I can choose to make a regenerate. Regenerate in large language models like here, Copilot, that means that we just get another prediction. So it will get the task again and it will vary slightly. You can also choose to say discard it. I don't want that. I will write it manually. Or here, in here, I can choose to refine it. Let's say I want to change something. I can just prompt that in my everyday words again. I hit back. Let's say I'm happy with it. So I click keep it. Here. Now we have a document ready that we can use. Let's go save it a place where we can find it so we can use it in the PowerPoint. So I go up here and instead of document, let's call this one Greenland presentation draft, because now we will use it for the PowerPoint. I also want to move this to a new folder, so I will click here and let's move it in here, like this. It's that easy. Now we will jump to PowerPoint. Again, we can open PowerPoint in the cloud. My impression is that it works a little bit better. So again, go to Microsoft 365.com, find PowerPoint here, or click the 9 dots and click PowerPoint. First, we will open up a blank presentation here. And if you have a company template, you just open that. Copilot can easily use your company template. I'll open up the Copilot sidebar by clicking up here, and then we will create a presentation about. And to attach a file, you won't find a paperclip here, but you can just do a / and then you can search for your documents. Ours was the Greenland presentation draft. So if I click here, then I send the prompt. Now Copilot 365 will create a nice presentation for us, including images. So it will find the file and then it will draft the presentation. Here it combines what's said in the document with things it knows. So it combines its huge knowledge with the information that we provide the model. You can see it generates slides. It's rather slow, but again, much faster than I could have created a presentation myself. Let's see what's going on. It adds speaker notes, looking things over. Almost there, come on. And again, please, if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. That will really help me a lot. Now the presentation is gone. That must feel good. Here we can see we have it. We have topics, have an introduction. We have images on, related images, Thule or the Greenland flag, or Iluissat, where you can see these dogs. The most, one of the most important things, that is also we have speaker notes down here. That is, if I need to worry about what to say in the presentation, I can just find it down here in the speaker notes. Also, a tip, if I need to edit this page, then I can click the designer. This is not a Copilot thing, but here it lets me edit this page. Maybe I want it to look like this. Then I just click here, or I can go down and click this one. It's that easy to edit your slide. Let's say right after this must visit destinations, Iluissat. Then I want another slide. Then I go back to Copilot here, and I can just prompt to insert a slide. Here I'll say insert a slide. Insert a slide about bicycling. I think I was out of focus, so I had to write it twice. Then after slide 5, we will soon have a slide about bicycling, and it will be related to our presentation. Really nice. Here we have it. Bicycling in Greenland. Bicycling is a great way to explore Greenland's natural beauty. Many towns in Greenland have bike-friendly routes and paths. Bicycling is a sustainable and eco-friendly mode of transportation. Let's say I'm happy. I could easily work more with it, remove some words or change images or add slides. Let's say I'm happy with that. We will give it a better name again. So here I will say Greenland presentation. My presentation is ready. Let's also save it in our folders and let's move it to the Copilot 365 lesson file so we can find it again. Now we move to Teams. I want to present what we have made here to our colleague. To use the Copilot in Teams, that is, we can recap meetings, ask questions, and much more. We must schedule a meeting, otherwise it will not work. So it will not work up here in a Meet Now. You need to have a scheduled meeting like here. I click Join. Let's enable our camera. Let's also bring out our headphones so I can hear what the other side is saying. Because I invited a colleague, hint, hint, it's just my wife for this case, but this could easily be a real colleague. In fact, Stine is my colleague in my company. I click Join Now. And hello, Stine. Welcome to the meeting. Here I'll just enlarging my window. I will now, for Copilot to work in the transcription, I will now have to start, record, and transcribe. Stine, I will start record. Once I click start recording here, it will also do a transcription. Then you can see the transcription out here. What is important here is that now you can see it's a mix of Danish and English. And that is because we need to change the language up here to match what we speak. We speak English. Let's pick English US here. And we will update that. Then it will be really, really precise if you have the right language. It will also still not be able to have two different languages. Let's start our presentation. And here you can see, I will just dismiss this. And let's start it by sharing our screen. So Stine, I will share my screen here. And what I will do is that I will take Windows and I will do this. Now you should be able to see my presentation. What do you think about this? That was the one you asked me to prepare.
I think the front page is a little boring, thinking about how beautiful Greenland is, but the other slides are looking great.
Great. And I've also, when I want to present, I have the speaker notes for you and much more. So can we make a decision that this is approved?
Yes, looks very nice. Maybe just give the front page a little love.
We'll do that. And what I will do here is to press stop sharing again, because now I want to show you something really cool. So Stine, I will just mute you for a couple of minutes and then I will get back. So I'll mute my microphone here, and then I will press the Copilot. This is your Copilot experience. Stine or other colleagues cannot see this. This is just for you. Here I can ask questions. Let's say I joined the meeting late, then I can just say recap the meeting so far. Oh, that was a capital E. Let's just do it more precise. Then Copilot will work. It will work in the transcription. And now it will recap the meeting. Stine and Anders are discussing a presentation about Greenland. Stine thinks, imagine how powerful this is. Now it can separate each participant in the meeting. And in fact, it also works in meeting rooms. So if you sit a lot of people together, then Copilot in the transcription can distinguish between these people. I can also do, let's say I want to sound clever or I need to follow up. This is especially useful if we have external stakeholders. Let's say that I'm getting a homepage delivered and then I want to ask questions to that stakeholder. Here it's, I can say which follow-up questions can I ask Stine? And then I can click enter. Then Copilot give me suggestions. I can also add more to the prompts, which we will learn in the extensive course. But here I can say, how do you suggest to make the front page more attractive? So it relates to what Stine said, and then it creates the questions based on my prompt. Let's enable Stine again. And again, you can see you have these suggestions. So use Copilot as your assistant in the meeting. No one else, then you can see it. Hello, Stine. We're back again.
Hi, Anders.
Stine, how do you suggest to make the front page more attractive?
Maybe we could add something about a landscape of Greenland, so we all know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we can do that. That's a great idea. I will do that, Stine. So, Stine, should we also decide that we will play tennis today?
That would be fun. I'm on.
Great. Thanks for a great meeting, Stine. See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And let me mute the microphone again. So here, in order to have the transcription to end, I cannot press leave because we still have minutes available on our meeting. So what I will do is to press this drop down and I'll say end meeting. This will end the meeting for everyone, and then the transcription will start. So I'll click end here. Then I can go back to my Teams experience and I jump to chat. Up here in chat, you can find your meeting in recent. You can expand this. I won't do that now because I have some private conversations, but it will be here. Once clicked, this will open up. Here I can choose to view recap, and this meeting opens. It takes a little while to generate AI notes and who speak. I can still see the recording up here. So let's pause this recording for 5 to 7 minutes. That's usually what it takes, maybe a little bit longer for longer meetings. And we're back. Up here we can see the video recording. I could start if I want to see what's going on in the meeting here. Let me just mute it so you cannot hear small voices. What's clever about this is that I can jump to places. Let's say I want to, what did Stine say here? I jump to that place in the video or here, and then Stine, then I can hear what Stine said here and there. It's really, really useful if you are using this more extensively. I can also see AI notes. I can see meeting notes here. And I can see that is just AI generated. So what's happening here is that we have a presentation approval, and then we have sub bullets here, and it also do follow-up tasks, organize a tennis game and revise the front page. I can also do my own recaps, which is more useful than this in my opinion. So if I click Copilot up here in the right corner, now we have Copilot back. That is still the chat. Now we can create a prompt to create a meeting recap with the following sections: details, purpose, and you of course know what you want in your meeting recap, but imagine that this has been done manually in my company or a lot of other companies. Now we can just do it automatically. So here I say agenda, and what do I also want to know? I want to have key discussion points, decisions made, and action items, like this. So now we are generating a response. We could also do this, in fact, over in the Copilot 365 chat, but here, because here we can prompt meetings. Now we have the extensive meeting recap. Here you can see it. We have the purpose. The purpose of the meeting was to review and approve the presentation that Anders prepared. Can also see I have the sources for the transcript here. We have some agenda, key discussion points, and if I have been more detailed in my meeting invite, then it will also include that here. The decision made: Stine agreed that the presentation looked nice and approved it. Anders agreed to give the front page some love. Anders and Stine decided to play tennis later that day. And then we have some action items that Anders, he needs to update this page. This is so powerful. It combines the transcript and recording functions with Copilot here in Teams. So I can choose to save this here, or I can just choose to leave it here if I'm not going to use this further. Let's move on to Outlook. Outlook is also one of the powerful places for Copilot 365. I open up an email here. First thing is that I can get a summary by Copilot just by clicking here. That's useful for long email conversations, because now it will read that conversation and give a brief summary. Currently, we cannot edit that or prompt it further, but it's nice because Stine requested that you prepare a PowerPoint presentation on Greenland for their upcoming travel campaign. You agreed to work on the presentation. Stine specified that the target audience is potential tourists, blah, blah, blah. Now draft a reply with Copilot. So I hit reply here. And if I move to the top bar, I can see this Copilot icon. I can see we have a draft with Copilot. And here I can say what I want to say, reply and say thanks for attending the Teams meeting where I showed the presentation. And used to attach files if I wanted that. Let's say specify that I attach the meeting recap. I can also choose to be even more specific. Let's say that tell Stine I will beautify the front page of the presentation, and we can add much more. Let's just hit generate. This will generate a draft. This will be our initial draft. Here you can see thanks for attending the team meeting. It's also, as discussed, I will work on beautifying. That might be fine. Anything I would like to change. Here I can put in with my own words, add a dear Stine in the beginning and a best regards in the end. Make the wording more concise like this, and then we will edit that draft. Now you can see, dear Stine, I appreciate your feedback and suggestions presentation, blah, blah, blah. If I'm happy with that, I could press keep it or edit it further. Then I can just say keep it. One last thing is that, of course, I could attach the meeting recap, but that's not the scope of this lesson. But what I can do again is to go up to Copilot icon, coaching by Copilot. Then we will get coaching by Copilot. You can see here it's gathering insights. Then it will analyze our email. Yes, it's very short. Probably it will point that out. And then we can change it based on those coaching recommendations. Let's see here. You started off well expressing appreciation for Stine's feedback and suggestion. It can be enhanced to be more engaging and personal. Yes, it was very concise. For example, consider using a more personalized greeting like Dear Stine, thank you for your valuable feedback and all this. So what I will do here is that I could copy it. Unfortunately, I cannot press a button currently. So what I need to do is to manually copy paste like this, and here you can see that it puts in another format. So if I want to avoid that, that's a nice tip. If I want to avoid that, then I can right click and put paste as plain text or format it afterwards. So now I took one of these suggestions. I can jump to the next either by clicking here or scrolling down. Your email does a good job, and here I have another suggestions, and I also have some clarity suggestions. So a real nice way to get coaching for my writing. Now you want to jump to the next Copilot video. That is a 50-minute guide to Copilot chat, how to master that.